Hey guys, how are you all doing? Everything good? I'm Edipo Kleber, an architect, and I want to show you now 7 common mistakes that in a way are even part of our culture. Let's put it that way, when it comes to renovations here in Brazil. However, nowadays when we're designing a new apartment or a new house, it's rare for us to use these 7 items that I'm about to show you here, which even I consider to be mistakes. And I'd like to hear your opinion here in the comments. First, lighting above the TV. It's very common for us to see spotlights, especially spotlights directed right above our TV. Let me ask you, why would you have lighting above your TV? Oh, Edipo Kleber, you can just turn it off, just leave it off. When I'm not watching, I leave it on. When I'm watching, I leave it off. But why? Tell me. What's the point of putting lighting there? The most common is a spotlight to light up above your TV. If you have your TV panel there, beautiful, amazing, wonderful. If you have a 60 or 70-inch TV and so on. And then you go and put a spotlight in the plaster ceiling to shine right above your TV. Guys, I always say this here, those who have been following me for a long time know there's no need for that unless on your TV panel, on your TV wall, you have a shelf above the TV. And then you have decorative objects, you have plants, so you put an LED strip, some mini spots and so on, which I think is really interesting that way. But if you don't have that, okay? Is it just the TV and then the ceiling right above it? There's no need, I always tell you this. To me, that's a mistake. Not leaving a recess at the base of your kitchen cabinet. This can even cause health problems for you. Look at what I'm going to tell you now. Let's even talk about ergonomics and health. Public health, let's put it that way, right? You're building your house, you're renovating, you're going to work on your kitchen. You know that little base that stays between the floor and the bottom of your custom cabinet? We need to have a recess there, okay? I usually like to leave at least 10 centimeters, okay? 10 centimeters, which is about this much, look. Why do we have to leave it? It's not just that I like it, it's that we need to leave this recess in our base, in the toe kick of our custom cabinetry. Because when you're standing, leaning against your countertop, when you're going to wash dishes, when you're going to prepare food and so on, it's natural for the tip of your foot to go beyond the line of your body. Just stand up there, wait, watch the video first, then you can try this test. Stand up and you'll see that the tip of your foot will go past the line of your body here. So that's natural. We need to leave this gap in our toe kick, in our base, in our kitchen. So if you're going to renovate, don't make this mistake. Don't align your kitchen base directly with your furniture. Your cabinet ends here. Set the base back 10 centimeters and build it there. And you'll have much more functionality in your kitchen day to day. 3-way lighting. Imagine living in a large home without 3-way lighting. So what is 3-way lighting? It's very easy for you to understand, okay? You walk into your house, press the switch, and turn on the lighting in your house. Then you went there, had a snack and all, and you're going to sleep. You're heading to your room, to your bedroom. Then you have a long way there. Of course, nobody lives in a house that's kilometers long, right? We have a reasonable amount of space. But it's much more comfortable for you to turn on the general lighting of your space, of your living room at the entrance, and turn it off at the exit or at the entrance to your bedroom. Imagine this, it's night and you're going to the kitchen, okay? Let's use a very practical example here. You go to the kitchen, then you open the bedroom door, and you need to go to the living room to turn on the main lighting there before you get to the kitchen. Wouldn't it be easier if you had a 3-way switch? You open the bedroom door, turn it on here, and you can turn it off in the kitchen or vice versa. I entered the apartment, turned it on here, turned it off there, at the entrance to my bedroom. That's what I want you to understand. 3-way and even 4-way switching with 3 or more places to turn the lights on and off. Are you renovating, doing a small renovation? Are you changing the lighting? Consider adding 3-way switch locations, which will make your house much more functional in your daily life. Lowering the ceiling in your house, in the rooms of your house, when you already have a low ceiling height. Pay attention to this because it's very important too. I get a lot of questions about this in the comments on my videos, okay? Yeah, like I live in an apartment, it has a ceiling height of 2.40 meters. From the finished floor to the slab, it's 2.40 meters. Is it worth doing a dropped plaster ceiling here in my house? It depends. Why do I say it depends? If you're going to do something decorative, for example, an open cove, a closed cove, I agree with you. Now, if you're going to do a full drop ceiling in your space, in your apartment, and it already has a low ceiling like 2.40 or 2.35 meters in my opinion, it's not worth it, okay? Doing a full drop ceiling. It's already low and you're going to take away even more centimeters from the height. Soon you'll have that feeling of, wow, I'm being squeezed inside my own house, inside my own apartment. So don't make that mistake. Do you have a space with a low ceiling? Don't do a drop ceiling with plaster, drywall, PVC, wood, or any material. Think about an open cove, which will only go around the edges. Think about a closed cove, or even just a trim, all right? Think about wallpaper or something similar, but don't do the drop ceiling. Don't make this mistake, okay? Polished flooring in the bathroom. Guys, this is also a matter of health. It's a matter of safety for you who are going to renovate your bathroom. Bathroom flooring, always use satin finish flooring. I'm not talking about the type of material, whether it's porcelain or ceramic. I'm not talking about the type. I'm talking about the finish, the surface of your flooring. It's always satin finished for safety reasons. The satin finished porcelain tile gives you the feeling, and this is proven, of grip, of safety, of not slipping. All right? Obviously, even when the satin finished floor is as rough as possible when it's wet, soap, it will get slippery. Okay? That's natural. But in daily life, you just took a shower, dried off and so on, you're going to leave the bathroom and so on, and the floor is polished, the flip-flops are wet, right? For example, I have the habit of leaving the bathroom barefoot. As strange as it may seem, I don't usually shower with flip-flops on, okay? It's not something natural, you might even find it strange, but it's a habit I've had since I was a kid. I'm used to showering barefoot, so when I get out, I have a little rug there. And I already leave the bathroom with my feet kind of damp, but even so, I still step out, I have the floor there in my bathroom. So it's a satin finish, not polished. All right? Don't make this mistake of putting, if you're going to renovate your bathroom, of installing polished flooring in your bathroom. No, it should be satin finish flooring. Yellow lighting in your kitchen. I've mentioned this to you guys here in other videos as well. The lighting, the color temperature in the kitchen should always be neutral white or cool white. Kitchen lighting, laundry area lighting, bathroom lighting. Those of you who follow me know that I always like to advise you to use neutral white or cool white lighting. And especially in the kitchen, okay? At most neutral white. Okay? You can't, this is just my opinion, alright guys? You can disagree, there's no problem with that. If you have warm white lighting and you like warm white lighting in your kitchen, that's fine. Taste is taste, there's no arguing about it. But my advice as an architect for a project I'm going to do for you is to always use neutral white or cool white lighting. Never use warm white in a kitchen for many reasons that I've already explained to you here in our videos and on all my social media. So it's a mistake. For me, it's a mistake. Okay? For you, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I want to hear your opinion. Leave a comment for me here. And thresholds, right guys? Nowadays, it doesn't make sense for us to use thresholds to separate rooms in our house anymore. It's been a long time since we stopped using thresholds to divide spaces, especially from the living room to bedrooms, from the living room to the kitchen, right? In our homes, we don't use thresholds anymore. At most, just a small strip there about 4 or 5 centimeters wide, right? Or even a very thin transition strip, something really discreet aesthetically so it doesn't draw attention. A threshold is really good. The threshold, okay? I'm not going to criticize the threshold here. It's really good. It's a type of product, right? It's an aesthetic feature that we use in other situations, but not to separate your living room from your bedroom or your living room from your kitchen, okay? All right, guys? So these are 7 mistakes that you won't make when renovating your house, building your new house or your apartment, all right? I'd like to hear your opinion if you agree with me. Edipo Kleber, I completely agree with what you said. What you listed there, I completely agree. Leave me a comment here. I'd like to hear your opinion, or if you disagree. No, Edipo Kleber, I disagree with the first, second, and third items there, and I have them in my house. I think it's really cool. That's what we have to do. We have to exchange these ideas and opinions so we can expand our knowledge online. All right? A big hug to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Like this video. Leave a like. Leave your comment too. All right? See you in the next video.